Hello guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Summer. Before I start today's video, let me quickly say thank you to every one of you for all the amazing comments and messages and everything that I received. I really do appreciate every single one of you. I just want to make sure that I get that out of the way to let you all know that you are all greatly appreciated. And thank you so much. I really do appreciate. So today's video I want to talk about the pastor that they said married his church member's wife. And let me give you guys a bit of a background, or something that I really want to touch on or talk about at the beginning of this this video. So I can't remember when now. A lot of days have gone by and a lot of time has gone by that I think I've lost track of when exactly. But one day I was on Facebook and there was this post of it looked like a traditional wedding. The guy is the face that I know. I have some friends on Facebook that I do not know in real life or anything like that. If I'm not mistaken, we've exchanged, like maybe I made the post and he contributed, or stuff like that. So I recognized that face when I saw the wedding pictures, but I didn't recognize the lady's face. I knew that he's the one that is my friend on Facebook. If I'm not mistaken, I think is either I wrote congratulations or maybe I just clicked like. I can't remember what it is, and I moved on. As far as I was concerned, these are people that just got married. And then the next day, it was all over YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere. A pastor that married his church member's wife, and I kept on saying, I know this face. That's the thing about if you have a lot of people that are not real people you know in real life. Like this guy is not someone I know in real life. He's just a Facebook friend. So, and when I was doing, I was like, I know this face. It looks familiar. I was trying to figure it out. It took me a while. I think about a day or two. And then I was like, oh my goodness, it's the same man that I saw their wedding that is going viral. So while that was going on, then I think one day I was looking on Facebook and I saw he posted the new lady he married. She had made a video in which she was crying. She was talking about her previous marriage or the problems she had and all of that.
I followed him borrowing money. He asked me to borrow money. I borrowed money in my school. They are still there. The debt of the money I borrowed, I'm still paying it till date. The money I borrowed is this pastor that is helping me now to foot those bills. Ask Bright if he has given me upkeep since 11 years I've married him. Even if it is 5,000 naira upkeep, go and ask him. He started the worst. The worst is that I shouldn't go to work. I should be a housewife during the pandemic. I shouldn't go anywhere. He called people. He said these men are chasing me and chasing men. Tell me to leave. That I should leave. Self is done with me. That it's just his children I'm taking care of. My daughter went and looked for spare key. And my son, they hid the key and come and give me and say, Mommy, run away. Mommy, escape. That was how I left the house that night. That was how I escaped out of that trap. Everybody is sympathizing with him. He's a free man right now. As many young ladies who are desiring husbands, Bright is free. I challenge you to go and marry Bright. So many of you that have daughters and sisters, go to his page, go and marry Bright. If you're able to live with him for 3 months, then you come back to me and shook my hand.
There was a guy that came out and said that that man is his father, and he's like, people should pray for his family, his parents are still married, and all of that. I'll let you guys listen to this.
To me, my father is not remarried. If you want to marry, and now most especially as a pastor now, supposed to deserve the first marriage. No, so I was shocked when I saw the pictures online, the wedding pictures. I was shocked. 3 persons called me immediately that, Pastor, what is happening now? Your father has married. I said, hey, married, okay. I don't know. When I went to the Facebook, I discovered that it was true. Father wedded to a strange woman. I don't know her. Please keep sharing. No. Let the word know. He gave my mother a divorce letter. Now he's tired of the marriage. Okay. We got a lawyer. He also got a lawyer. Last year, January 17th, he said my mother was giving him stress. My father carried my mother's luggages out of the house and rented 1-room apartment. So somebody else that gave her key that your husband has packed your load. God has not said anything. The lawyer decided, told her not to live in that place. So my mother stayed with me for some time. before she traveled to Abuja to stay with her younger sister.
At the same time, there were people in my comment section, oh, Summer, what's your opinion about this man? You know, this pastor that got married to his church member's wife. I was getting a lot of those comments even before I realized that this is someone that's my friend on Facebook. You know, I was planning to make this video today, and I thought to myself, you know what? This man is actually my friend on Facebook. Why don't I actually reach out to him and see if I can hear his side of the story before I make my video? But regardless, you know, because why I actually thought about it is like, you know, there's a story there. What if, you know, I don't know, maybe there's something he's gonna say, because at the end of the day, I've seen that nobody has heard from him. He has not spoken about it. Even on his Facebook page, he's not making any post about it. He's writing like in a day, he may say prophetic something for the day and stuff like that. He's carrying on that's normal. There's nothing. He's not even addressing it at all on his page. So I decided to reach out to him because I said, okay, maybe there's, you know, maybe to be nice to just hear from him before I make my video. Just hear from the horse's mouth kind of a thing. So I rang him. So he didn't answer. I didn't want to push. I just left a message and said, oh, I really wanted to talk to you. I can't remember what I said anyway. Something like, I'd like to talk to you. I think maybe call me back or whatever, something like that. Just because I'm a friend or with him on Facebook, it doesn't mean I should push it, or I don't want to kind of, you know, overdo it. But I left it at that. So if he ever reaches out to me, I'll ask him if he will be interested for me to maybe interview him, or just ask him a few questions and I can share with, you know, with you all. But so far, I still have not heard back from him. And I thought it was nice for me to kind of reach out to him to, you know, regardless of my opinion about it. First thing first I want to say is, at the end of the day, this idea of looking at pastors as these perfect people, you know, touch not my anointed, they are the holiest among, you know, I've said it before, as far as I'm concerned, a pastor, no pastor, we're all human beings at the end of the day. Nobody holy pass. When I say that, where I'm coming from is the idea of when people go to pastors and think they are going to a holy individual, and you don't realize that they are human beings like you and I. They are human beings like you and I. I've made a video in which I said, if some of you know the lives, I don't know about this man's life apart from what we're saying, but I want to use it generally. This idea of you're going to a pastor, you feel like you're going to, you know, you're going to Jesus. I made a video in which I said that if you know the lives of some of the pastors you go to lay hands on you to pray for you, a lot of you would not go to them. It's actually you that you know where your standing is with God. You don't know where other people's standing is with God. Honestly, that's that aspect of that. And you know what's interesting? It's interesting that I'm not surprised that that same church, you go there on Sunday, it's still going to be packed. You know, and I'm wondering, what will he be preaching to his church members? What will he be preaching to them about sustaining your marriage and stuff? What will he preach about marriage? What will he say? And what couple? I don't even know. Maybe a lot of couples may not want to bring their marriage counseling situations to him. Honestly, you know, to him, because it will be like he has a history of this. People may not want to come to him for marriage counseling and stuff like that. Another thing I actually want to speak about is the fact that, you know, that's the thing about a one-man show. If I'm not mistaken, he's the pastor of, he's the owner of the church, so he can't be sacked. Because if he was a junior pastor, if it was like the Catholic Church and some kind of where it's not a one-man show, I believe he will be sacked for this. But when he owns the church, he's the founder or whatever they call it, you know, he can't be sacked. He's going to go on like nothing happened. He won't be the first pastor that have done something like this or something similar, but they continued last, you know, as whatever, because a lot of churches these days are one-man show. Nobody questions him. Whatever decision he makes, you know, he has the right to make any decision he likes, and nobody's going to question him and stuff like that. Another thing I'm going to say is, I believe strongly, if a man does not want a woman anymore, or a woman does not want a man anymore, you can't force people. I'm not saying it's right, oh, just get me right, get what I'm trying to say. People cannot be forced to continue. And believe it or not, you know, funny enough, this is the first time it's the other way around. I've made a lot of videos here about the woman will be like, oh, the woman will turn up at the husband's new wedding, and then she will turn up there and say, and call the other woman husband snatcher. This is my husband. There was one I shared before, and the woman was rolling on the ground and she was swearing, she snatched my husband. And I was like, me, I will not disgrace myself like that. If a man does not want me anymore, I will just go and, how can you be asking? That's how I feel about it. If a man does not want me, what do I want to take the man do? You understand? So I'm going to say exact same thing. If this, what's it called? Since the husband of the woman that came out and started saying, my wife went to another man,
After church service, I went to the pastor's office with her. I saw pastor, his wife, and I introduced my wife, Mrs. Tina Onyechi Bright. I introduced her to my pastor, Adeyayo Moses. The wife now gave my wife an appointment being an assistant choir mistress. She left my house for 7 months. And the same pastor is the pastor that I've been reporting matter to. But I've not received any divorce paper. I've not received any message from the village that this marriage is over.
If your wife does not want you anymore, what are you going to do? You can't force people to continue. So the same way I say it when it's the other way around, if it's a woman, I'm going to say exact same thing. Personally, I've always made videos and I've always said it. I would rather hear that couples went their separate ways than to hear, oh, they were fighting and one person's life ended and somebody got deleted, somebody's life ended and stuff like that. Let them go their separate ways. There are some things that pastors do that I'll get triggered and I talk about it because it's about injustice to somebody else. There are some things that they do. It is wrong, but it is something you will say, Shebi at the last day, you'll be answerable to God. You get my point? The way some people say, leave him to God, let God be the judge. There are times when you can't really leave to God because it is an injustice that needs to be addressed. There are some things that have happened in Nigeria that if it was civilized society, some of those pastors, no matter how mega they are, they would have gone to jail for it. But no man will go to jail. You know, will go to jail because he doesn't want to marry his wife anymore. Okay, maybe this one, if he's not divorced and he marries someone, they call it, what's that word for it now? It's called bigamy. If truly he's still legally married to 2 of them. Am I supporting what this man has been accused of doing? Of course not. But you can't force adults to continue relationship. That is the point I'm trying to bring out. I've always said it. You cannot snatch somebody's husband. A man is not a handbag that you just snatch from another woman. Hey, snatch. And he has no powers to say no. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first time I've actually had to address where it's the other way around. A man saying another man snatched his wife. Is it morally right for a man to be a counselor or counseling a couple and then down the road end up marrying someone that he was counseling to try to unite? It's just morally wrong. Let's be honest, you know. And then he has his own wife who he has abandoned and married somebody else. Is that right? No. A lot of things that are not right about this story, right? But I want to address the area of he snatched my wife. Your wife is not a baby. She's a grown adult that can make a choice and say, I want to stay in my marriage or I want to marry somebody else. Because when you call them snatched, you take away every blame from the individual, because then you make it like it's not their fault. Somebody took them. So just like I have always made videos and said, if your husband leaves you for another woman, it's him that made that choice. As bad as it may sound, as morally, you know, societally wrong, traditionally wrong, morally wrong, or whatever you want to call it, it is that individual that chose not to be with you anymore and decided to do something else. It is that individual that have failed you. It is their choice. Nobody will go and grab and say, go back to your husband by force. You can't do that. I prefer couples to go their separate ways and marry somebody else. That is let them be answerable to God when the time comes, than for them to delete each other. This man's children have their father alive, they have their mother alive. The woman too, he married. The children have father alive and mother alive, rather than to delete each other and their children become fatherless and become motherless and all of those things. That is how personally, that's how I feel about it. Like I said, I am not saying what they've done is right, but I'm saying going your separate way is always better than deleting each other. Exact same thing that I have been saying when it is the other way around. The same I'm saying in this one. I don't know. That's how I feel about it anyways. I don't know what your opinions are. Whatever your opinions are, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. And with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. Until the next time, guys. Bye-bye. Bye.